Good morning everybody, שפע ברוכו והצלוחה. We are in parashat ראה. ראה אנוכי נותן לפניכם היום ברכה וקללה. Look, watch. I'm going to put in front of you the blessing and the curse. את הברכה, the blessing, אשר תשמעו למצוות השם, if you hear the mitzvahs of קודש ברוך הוא, אשר אנוכי מצווה אתכם, which I'm ordering you today. והקללה, and the curse, if you don't listen to the mitzvahs of השם אלוהיכם, when you walk away from the right way, וסרתם מן הדרך. And here we have a few interesting questions. First of all, if I say ראה אנוכי נותן לפניכם ברכה וקללה, that's like very interesting. ברכה וקללה. It's vav החיבור. As a blessing and the curse, I don't understand. You're getting both in one go? A blessing and a curse together? What's the meaning of it? So the Torah explains to us, the blessing if you go in the way of God, the curse if you don't go in the way of God. So okay, so this is all we can mark it out. We can say, ראה אנוכי נותן לפניכם היום את הברכה אם תשמעו, the blessing if you listen to God, and the קללה, the curse if you don't listen to God. So why do we need the title ברכה וקללה? It's like the Torah, every word, every letter, everything is has a meaning. So what's the meaning here? First of all, the meaning is very simple. We don't know what is a blessing, what is a curse. Sometimes we think, oh, what did God do to us? Oy vavoy, why? And sometimes we don't realize that's the best that can happen to us. For example, a few years ago, my son was in hospital for a certain operation, and there was a guy lying nearby, and we were talking, and he was in charge about, let's say, a big fleet of buses, like thousands of buses that were taking children to school or workers to work and so on. He had a lot of lines that he did this. Unfortunately, he told us he had a problem because I didn't have enough workers and we were going to lose half of our business because of it, because we didn't have drivers. And then he thought about an interesting idea. Listen to this, unbelievable. He went to the pensioners of Eget and Dan. They're on pension, they don't work anymore. We're sitting at home. He says he approached them and took all the phone numbers from the company, from Eget and Dan, and he was asking them one by one, are you willing to come and work for a few hours? Not a lot, a few hours. You know, amazing. Everybody said yes. They were sitting at home thinking, okay, we did what we did. We are now, nobody needs us. How do you say, the Eved aside shelo, Eved יכול ללכת, the slave did what he had to do and he can go. Nobody needs us, and the feeling is terrible, like you're useless, nobody wants you. And suddenly this guy phones and wants to give them the job that they used to do for many years, and like in an easy way. Wow, they were glad. People need us. Let's go. And they were the best. They were coming 15 minutes before it starting. They were cleaning the buses. They were very polite. They did the job better than all those professional young drivers. And that's again the point. They were sitting disappointed, didn't know what to do with themselves. And then, wow, this guy calls to them. It's a blessing. And from the other side, this guy didn't know what to do. And he was losing, and then he did something and he got this beautiful blessing. ברכה וקללה, ראה, look, what is ראה? Normally it's shma Israel. Why is it ראה? Look, watch, what's the meaning? What ראה, ברכה וקללה? That's okay. Use your mind, use your eyes, use your imagination, look and see what you can do, and then do it. And unfortunately, there are also other stories about those who thought that it's a blessing and there was the biggest curse. I knew somebody in Tel Aviv that he was a manufacturer of metal furniture, and he went and he won the מכרז from מע"צ, מועצת עבודות ציבוריות. It's a big thing. It's a big. They supply to all the schools in Israel the desks and the chairs, the tables. And he won it. He won the מכרז. I don't know how you say מכרז in English, I'm sorry. And because he gave a good price. Unfortunately, his calculation was totally wrong because he didn't realize what he's talking about. And he did calculation according to the expenses he's got today. But when he won this contract, unfortunately, he realized that he cannot manufacture with the small place he's got. He had to rent a much bigger place, to buy new machines, and to take more workers. And eventually, not only that they didn't earn anything, he lost everything. And he thought it's a blessing. So, ברכה וקללה, it depends. It depends in a lot of things, but Torah, watch, look first of all if it is a blessing or a curse. Then the Torah tells us, this is generally speaking, bracha, a blessing is if you go on the way of God. Don't worry, whatever it is, it's always a blessing. If you go on the way of God, it's a blessing. If you go in the way of Yetzer Hara, if you go in the way that against God, that's the curse. And there is this famous story that Or HaChaim HaKadosh bring about this old guy sitting on a junction that you have two ways, two roads. One road looks terrible. Wow, terrible, more than terrible can be terrible. And the other road looks, wow, paradise. What road would you choose? Of course, the paradise one, the beautiful one, with the flowers and with the birds and with the water and this beautiful scenery. Of course, who wants to go and walk in the darkness with stings and holes and whatever? But then, this old guy explains to you. He says, look, be very careful. Re'eh, look, what you see here is not exactly what's going to happen farther on. This beautiful way, after 1 kilometer, it becomes hell. It becomes terrible. You cannot walk there. You can fall in a hole. And this way that looks terrible, you have to suffer for 1 kilometer. And after 1 kilometer, you've got paradise. Now, which way would you choose? And that's exactly, and we don't know. So, it's very simple. The blessing is if you go in the way of God. Even if it doesn't look so good. This is this world. There are difficulties. We have to fight. We have to do things. But what's waiting for us is Olam Haba, paradise. From the other way, you have the other road. But is a klala. But you see, wow, look at this beautiful life. Enjoying a good house, holidays, clothes, cars, food, fressen, essen, all the best of this world, of the materialistic world. And you don't realize that if you go in this way, it's going to lead you to hell. Because all those materialistic things, all these physical things, if you don't go at the spiritual, if you don't go in the way of the Torah, if you think that you came to this world to enjoy all this lust and desire of the... I don't want to go on what desires, but we all know what we say. What is? That's, maybe it looks good, but what you're going into is going to be terrible. So this is to understand and realize what is the blessing and what is the curse. If you go in the way of God, wow. And now, do you know what we're talking about? This was a thing that was happening in Har Gerizim and Har Eval, the mountain of Gerizim and mountain of Har Eval. And Am Yisrael were divided to half-half. 6 tribes on the right side, 6 tribes on the left side, Har Eval, Har Gerizim. And the Levim, the Kohanim were saying the blessing to the right side, the curse to the left side. And why do we need this? Why do we need to divide Am Yisrael to 2 parts, half-half? Why don't they stand all together and tell them the blessing and the curse? What's the problem? But that's exactly the point. Re'eh, look, watch what you see. And this will give you, one picture is more than 1,000 words. The idea is equal. You have half-half. And half curse, half blessing. Now, anything you're going to do is going to change the balance. For the good or for the worse. If you do a mitzvah now, look at the picture. You have half-half. Curse, blessing, blessing, curse. What do you do? If you're going to do good, walk in the way of God, wow, the blessing is going to come not only to you, to all Am Yisrael. Kol Yisrael arevim ze baze. And if you are chas v'sholom, you do a sin, you will take the balance down for all Am Yisrael, not only for you. In other words, each one of us is not only in charge of himself, is in charge of all Am Yisrael. We are all one. We have to understand that and realize it. So, another interesting thing, Re'eh is singular, Re'eh, one. But noten lifnechem, lifnechem is plural, rabim. What's the good? That's exactly the point. Re'eh, each one of us has got talent, it's got power, it's got abilities that God gave him. And you should develop them and use them, but not Re'eh. Re'eh, look, use your talent, use your abilities, but not for yourself, lifnechem. For everybody, for Klal Am Yisrael. And that's something that we have to put right in our mind. What a beautiful pasuk. What a beautiful thing to learn. And God is telling us that we can get the best of the best if we walk in the right way. There is this famous three monkeys. You know this? The three monkeys. One has got his hands on his eyes, the one on the ears, and the one on the mouth. And we all think that the meaning of it is that don't be apathic. Don't let's say no. Don't turn your eyes or close your eyes not to see what's happening around you and say, I didn't hear anything. And the idea is, this is a mashal, a story of Confucius, which was a Chinese philosopher, very famous. And the meaning is quite, when I read it, I couldn't believe it. He says, don't see evil, don't listen to evil, and don't speak evil. לא לראות את הרע, לא לשמוע את הרע, ולא לדבר את הרע. And it goes together. From one side, use your tools that God gave you. The power of sight. ראה אנוכי נותן לפניך. I gave you the power of sight. Use it wisely. Use it to see the good, not to see the bad. And if you see something bad, react. Don't be apathic. Don't say, I didn't see anything, because this is what we say. Those three monkeys are the symbol of those who sit aside and don't care about what's happening around them. They don't see they don't see what other people do. They don't listen to nobody. They don't speak with nobody. That's the wrong way. Yes, you should not be apathic. You should not don't take any notice about what's happening around you. If you need to do something and see something wrong, you have to act whatever you can. From the other side, yes, use the tools that God gave you in the best way you can. Don't look at the evil. Don't look at the good. Look at the good. Look at the good things in life. From the other side, don't listen to leshon hara. Don't listen to evil. Don't listen to bad things. Listen to good things. Listen to Torah. And the mouth, don't talk badly. Talk nicely. Talk Torah. And this is ראה אנוכי נותן לפניכם היום. I mean, putting in front of you the blessing and the curse. Yes, the blessing and the curse are connected. It depends what you're doing with it. You got tools like those three monkeys. How do you use your eyes? How do you use your ears? How do you use your mouth? How do you use the legs? What are you doing with it? Are you using it as a blessing? Using the tool. The same tool can be a blessing and can be a curse. If you're going the way of God, אשר תשמעו אל מצוות השם אלוהיכם אשר אנוכי מצווה אתכם היום, then it's a blessing. והקללה, a curse, אם לא תשמעו את מצוות השם אלוהיכם וסרתם מן הדרך אשר אנוכי מצווה אתכם ללכת. So, we must not forget, also written in our parasha, בנים אתם להשם אלוהיכם. We are the children of our Father in heaven, of the Kodesh Baruch Hu. כי עם קדוש אתה להשם אלוקיך, ובך בחר השם להיות לו לעם סגולה. God chose us to be the עם סגולה, the powerful nation that have this סגולה, the abilities that nobody else has got. And we see it all over. All the invention from the Jewish nation, all over the world, for so small amount, but on the other side, so big in knowledge and in other things. Why? Because we were chosen by God. And we have to use this, not going in the bad way. And I don't want to talk. We see all around us evil going around, lashon hara, speaking sinat chinam, hatred. We should start and develop love to each other, to see the good in others. Use your eyes, re'eh anochi, see the good in others, speak good, listen to good things. And Bezrat Hashem, when we will go in this way, this is going to be the best blessing that we can get. ראה אנוכי נותן לכם ברכה וקללה. את הברכה אשר תשמעו. We are going to listen to God and go in the way of God and use the tools we got, not only for ourselves, but for all the klal, for כל עם ישראל. All the best.